driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everybody. I don't know what these cats want. I've given them everything. Still sick. Went to bed at like 5. Probably before that, actually. I don't even quite remember. So, got this huge freaking headache. So, Leisure, good to see you, man. I'll be as enthusiastic about this as I can. But I don't know. This world could fuck off sometimes. I know that. You know, I really try and do a lot of things, and I don't need your negative bullshit. You know, hardly anybody responds to my shit anyway as it is. Okay, and I know that people don't want to help. I know the unwillingness. So when I confront you on it, you're gonna leave, right? Right? No, Leisure, I'm not talking to you. I mean, I am talking to you, but not about you. Not really the people that come on here. The people that watch me frequently are not included in what I'm talking about. All right. You know, even like our meetings. I'm tired of fucking hearing about drugs in my meetings, and I bring it up, and somebody says, well, good luck. And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck you. If you don't want to be a part of, then fuck off. Okay? Real quick, don't listen to Gabor, mate. Okay? I know he has this nice voice, but he's full of shit. He is teaching people that once an alcoholic, not always an alcoholic. The man's not an alcoholic nor a drug addict. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I understand what he's saying, but it is dangerous, dangerous ground. Very dangerous ground. All right? His other stuff, it seems to be fine. Okay? But one of his treatments for alcoholism and drug addiction is mushrooms. There's your sign. There's your sign, man. We don't use drugs to cure drug addiction. Okay? Now pushing ketamine. Okay. So lightening the burden. Gotta be nice if somebody came along and did that. Page 124. And you know, it just sucks that AA has become fucking big business. It's so disgusting. And I would rather just have 2 or 3 people that understand what I'm talking about than these people that have no fucking clue as to what they're saying. They're just walking around being dangerous, and I'm not feeling well. So we're gonna be on page 124. You'll have to excuse me. I'm gonna have to go get my I'd rather go get my tissue. I try and be in a good mood. All right. I woke up this morning and found these next to my bed. My wife's so cute. She kept coming in the middle of the night and checking my temperature. I don't think I don't feel as bad as I did yesterday. So, all right. Showing others. Okay. We're in the family afterward. Henry Ford once made the wise remark. All right, I'm actually going to go back. I'm going to go back to page 123 so we can get a little bit more stuff in there. Taking Prozac in AA If someone uses shrooms or weed as a medicinal aid, I would direct them first to their sponsor. Yeah, I smoke weed. Yep, sure do. Every now and again. Sometimes I need it, but I'm getting rid of it. To me, difference in smoking cigarettes. I agree. And I still smoke cigarettes. But I'm talking about alcoholism. I'm not a drug addict. There's plenty of people out there that can drink fine. I'm not a drug addict. And now, here's the thing. This is something I don't fucking tell people. So this is new news to a lot of people. I'm tired of it. And it's not California sober. I deal with extramarital shit, man. I deal with a bunch of shit that you don't fucking deal with. It helped my PTSD. Without it, I couldn't have gotten through. Yes, it was a crutch. All right. Thank you. Okay. It needs to be separated. Okay. I don't wake up and get high. No. I would never. No. No, it's medicinal and it's for a reason. So stop it. All right. My cats are like, what the fuck? I'm really not mad at any of you guys. I don't feel well. So, hi, Patricia. It's good to see you. All right. But let's get started on this. Father knows he is to blame. It may take him many seasons of hard work to be restored financially, but he shouldn't be reproached. Perhaps he will never have much money again, but the Wise family will admire him for what he's trying to do, for what he's trying to be, rather than for what he is trying to get. I've never had much money, and I don't have money now. It's kind of like my duloxetine. I needed my duloxetine for my. This was all therapy approved. I didn't just make these decisions myself. No. I'm also almost off the duloxetine. When I say I'm almost off my head meds, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. THC works for some things beyond. Now, it isn't just THC, there's CBD, which doesn't get you high. There's no high. Oh! Quit assuming that you know. Quit assuming that you know, because you probably don't. Okay? AA is the multiple pathway to recovery. God knows what I'm doing. It's been quite often that I've even said to these doctors and everybody else, I can't do that and promote AA. They said, Dion, there's other ways. Oh. Wow. Okay, I'm going to get back to this. I'm sorry. I should. It's something that came out that I've. All right. Now and then, family will be plagued by specters from the past, for the drinking career of almost every alcoholic has been marked by escapades, funny, humiliating, shameful, or tragic. The first impulse will be to bury these skeletons in a dark closet and padlock the door. Family may be possessed by the idea that the future happiness can be based only upon the forgetfulness of the past. We think that such a view is self-centered and in direct conflict with the new way of living. Right? Yeah, no, we have to face our demons, because now we're becoming something more. We're becoming something more. And what are these specters? That's trauma, my friends. Okay, I'll give you an example. One day I was cleaning the house. I was about 3 months sober, I think. 4 months sober. I don't know. I was cleaning. I came across my wife's Tuwaka. Right, she liked Tuwaka. She hid her bottles from me. I didn't hide my bottles. There wasn't anything to hide. I was a very, very deep drunk. And I found one of her Tuaca bottles and I poured it out and cleaned it and put it in the trash. Well, my stepdaughter came home and I would even thought of it. I'm like, maybe I should put that on the top of the trash. Maybe I should bury it a little bit. But then I thought, no, that's my alcoholic instinct trying to take over. I ain't going to listen to it, but it was my instinct and I should have listened. But anyway, she comes in, she sees the empty bottle on the top of the trash. She books it out of the house. Is this fair? Yes, absolutely 100% fair. She didn't want to be alone in the house with a drunk Dion, and I don't blame her. Now, thankfully, my wife didn't work too far away, and she gave her a phone call and said, "Hey, are you drinking? I don't want to ask you this, but we've been drinking. Hi, Joyce. Good to see you." And I said, "No, it's not." And she said, "Well, we don't want you to feel bad." I'm like, it does hurt, but it isn't her fault. Okay. Now, if that same daughter saw an empty Tuaca bottle in the trash, I'm the last person she would think of. Everybody knows there's not a fucking chance I'm going back to it. And why? Because they live with me. They hear me do this stuff all day long. All day long, right? Henry Ford made a wise remark to the effect that experience is a thing of supreme value in life. That it is true only if one is willing to turn the past into good account. We grow by our willingness to face and rectify errors and convert them into assets. The alcoholic's past thus becomes the principal asset of the family, and frequently it is almost the only one. I don't know if I quite agree with that. There's something special about Alateen. We need Alateen. The communities need Alateen, and this is done through the Al-Anon family program. Okay, any meeting that lacks Al-Anon and Alateen is not quite a meeting. Unfortunately, what has happened is rent has gotten so high, and we can't afford these places where we can hold 2 or 3 meetings at once, and that's kind of what's happened to us, and it's divided us some. These are the types of things where I get frustrated that I know that they need to be done, and everybody's just over there. Okay, that's a good idea, Dion. I'm gonna go over here. Why? Because do you think I do this because I absolutely love it? Because look how frustrated I get sometimes. No, God has asked me to do something. And I trust him more than I trust anybody else in this world. So I'm going to follow him, her, it, they, whatever it is. This painful past may be of infinite value to other families still struggling with their problems. As a recovered alcoholic, you can actually heal whole families. And we run around and ask why. But why? 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 Because you can help when no one else can. You can help when no one else can. That's why. If you need more of a why than that, you probably still got an alcoholic mind. Okay. We think each family which has been relieved owes. That's what they said. You owe. You're in the red. You're in the red right there. Owes something to those who have not. And when the occasion requires, each member of it should be only too willing to bring forward mistakes, no matter how grievous, out of their hiding place. I did it just now. I brought something up that I have never brought up here before. I've been doing this almost 6 years. Yeah. Part of the reason I brought it up is because right now there's a lot of people around me that are fake. and I'm pushing them away. I don't want them around. I can feel it, and I don't want them around. So I'm giving you reasons to leave. Probably not a good idea, but I don't need bullshit in my life right now. So showing others who suffer how we were given help is the very thing which makes life seem so worthwhile to us now. It's what keeps me striving throughout. Because trust me, there's a lot more bullshit than success. I have to deal with a lot. I got to go through hundreds of people. Well, I don't. You want to know why? Because I pick my sponsees. I'm so tired of that part too. You're willing to be a sponsor? And what's the willing part? Why are we being... Okay, I'm going to tell you something. If you don't sponsor, you're not doing the 12th step. Okay? You have to sponsor. It's part of the deal. You owe. You fucking owe. And you sponsor. If you have to call them clients, that's not sponsoring, that's work. Okay? If you want to get into this field, I better hear you talk about your sponsees before I hear you talking about clients. And if you don't have sponsees, that means you ain't in the program, which means you should probably get the fuck out of the field. Told you, I'm in a mood. Okay. Cling to the thought that in God's hands, the dark past is the greatest possession you have, the key to life and happiness for others. With it, you can avert death and misery for them. Death. You save people's lives. Yep, you have to help the next person. Well, no, the question is anybody here looking for a sponsor? Then it should be, okay, people that are willing. Oh gosh, I'm so happy you're willing to sponsor. Stop using AA being a suggestion. After the third step, it's not a suggestion anymore. Quit taking it that way. Quit being weak. You got God in your life and you're over there. Oh, I need suggestions. You can't tell me what to do. Come on. Let's get on board. Come on, man. All right, since I have been sober, I have been healed of many pains. Deceiving my partner, deserting my best friend, and spoiling my mother's hope for my life. I did that one. I did that. Sure, our parents have hopes and dreams for us, man. Every parent, I'm a parent, and I want my kids to be better than me. I want everybody I meet to be better than me. Scott says, I don't like it when the willing question is asked at meetings. Yeah. I brought it up, and people are like, no, we can't change that. What do you fear? Because my next question is going to be, do you sponsor? No. Oh, there we go. There we go. Nowhere in the book does it say sit on your ass. So nowhere in the book does it say rest on your laurels and wait for somebody to ask you to sponsor them. Do you know how many people have asked me to sponsor them in the 8 years I've been sober? 3. And none of them made it past a week. No, I just got them excited in the meeting and da-da-da. But when the work came, no. What is that? That's a waste of my fucking time. It is a waste of God's time. Those people, I plant the seed and then I move on. That's all I can do. In each case, and I'm talking about me, and I know I'm being loud and rough, but man, I just know how this works, and I'm not saying it can't go the other way. Absolutely not. Absolutely it can. then let's bring up both questions. I'm okay with that. Right? In each case, someone in the program told me of a similar problem, and I was able to share what happened to me. When my story was told, both of us got up with lighter hearts. Yeah, hope. Hope. It's about being available for the next person, about being in the right, being right in my own head. I absolutely agree with that. Because I don't know about, this is what happens with me. I hear someone and I'm listening for clues. Usually it's a young man. I've relapsed a bunch. Here's my first clue. There's my first thing. Because I know how to handle that. Right? I'm listening for willingness. I already know they got willingness. They showed up to the meeting. Now I'm looking for a good fit. Because, see, I have the power to meet them where they're at. They don't have the power to meet me where I'm at right now. They don't. Does that make me better? No. No. It just means I got a couple more 24 hours under my head or under my belt. That's all that really means. All right. So when it comes down to it, let's just quit making this more than what it needs to be. All these things that, all these sober events that are going on, anything that you do to protect the alcoholic is null and void. I'm sorry. Now, can we get together and have fun? Sure, we can. But let's not call it a safe space, because it's not. We're dealing with alcoholics and addicts, and there's never a safe space when that's around. I mean, we can do the best that we can. Is this a safe space? Not really. It's safe right now, but what about rewatchers? So my job is to lighten the burden of others. Why do I do that? Okay. Now, when I meet a newcomer, I know something. 90% of their problems are fake. I already know that. I can work with that. That's how I'm going to lighten the burden. I'm going to tell them, when I got into the program, see what happens when you drink, you don't dream. And when you don't dream, you don't REM. And, and we've gone through this. And then you walk around in a fog and you make up problems. Oh. And all that's going to go away once you get a good night's sleep. Now, that's probably not going to happen for a few weeks. So let's be patient, okay? See? So all it really is very simple stuff. We don't need all this clinical bullshit. And it's clinical bullshit. Okay? There's a big difference. I'm not going to go on that today. All right. That's good enough. I'm getting wore out already. I'll probably be back a little bit later, but I probably wouldn't expect much from me today after this. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. And thanks for still being friends with me. All right. If you ever want to talk about stuff that I've talked to you about, feel free to reach out. Absolutely. I love you. I love you. Okay. Peace out.